All right. It is time to go live. And excited to be here. Name's Nate Allball, high school football coach out of Illinois, 20-year high school football coach, and really just a nobody football coach. But I do love it. I'll tell you that. I do love it. We've been live this week. This is night 4 of 4, our last live of the month. And we are with Ty Gower tonight, high school football coach out of Oklahoma and Texas, a little bit out of everywhere, I guess. I guess you wouldn't call 2 states everywhere. Oklahoma and Texas. Been coaching high school football, I think, for 10 years. Spent a couple of years as a GA at the college level. And he has most recently been running the 3-4. And we've had a blast this week talking 3-4. Talking a lot of secondary stuff. When we get to the next screen, you'll see all the install stuff that we talked this week. And last but not least, he shared me a PowerPoint, and we'll be talking a little bit, or looking at that PowerPoint, and I mean, really, it's film. So we'll be looking at game film tonight. So I'm excited to be looking at some game film. Welcome, everybody. Thursday night, the last live of the week, the last live of the month. And let us know where you're watching from. Hey, if you're watching live right now, please check in. Let us know where you're watching from. And if you're not live, you're watching this later, let us know down below where you're watching from. Reach out to Coach Gower or myself at any time. You can find me on Twitter at Nate_Allball. You can find us at The Chief Pigskin, at The Chief Pigskin on Twitter. Or you can find Coach Gower on Twitter at Coach Gower. Let's go get Coach Gower in here, and we'll just start talking some ball right away. Get him admitted in, and then I'll switch my screen over so you guys can see him. There's Coach Gower. There's the man. Hide self view. Okay, I'm good there, and now everybody can see you. You got me, Coach?
What's up, man? How's everything?
Everything's good, man. I'm telling you what. Actually, I'm exhausted. I've been installing my own fence here at home. And digging 30-inch holes is no joke.
No, man, I'm out.
It has been brutal. Today we dug 12 holes, 12 posts. But man, blisters. I mean, it worked, but did take a nice dip in the pool, and that made me feel a little better. Coach Gower, are they done with high school sports for the year down in Texas?
No, the softball and baseball are still going on.
Okay.
And just because the sheer size, of playoffs and districts and area and regionals and all that stuff and classifications, and so
yeah,
that's still going on. But everything else is now summer strength conditioning and all that good stuff. So.
Yeah, I'll bet everybody's jumped into that. Brian Shivas in the house out of Michigan. Larry Allball out of Georgia. Guys, when you get here, check in. Let us know where you're watching from. We're going to watch a little game film tonight, and excited to do so. I'm going to go share this one last time, let everybody know that we are live. If you guys could click share down at the bottom and tweet that out, would be much appreciated. Coach, what kind of, I haven't looked through the clips yet. What kind of clips did you send us to look at tonight?
Man, I got you a little bit of, I say everything, of stuff I've talked about the past 3 nights. I did not send you any third down stuff.
Okay.
Just some stuff that if you've been following the past 3 nights, you need to go back. You can kind of get a visual of a lot of the things that we have done over the years. So it's what we consider generic base stuff that we should run from, 12 months a year, really. So yeah, that's kind of what tonight's about.
Well, up above, everybody can see, we've listed, but the stuff that we've talked about, that coaches said, hey, these are the things that we want, like technically installed right away in the first couple days. You can see it listed as fronts, the 4-man rushes, some 5-man rushes. You see the coverages there. We talked a lot of coverage last night in 3x1 checks, had some fun with that. Excited to go back and watch some more of that. Bobby Coran in the house out of Surfside Beach, South Carolina. Looks like Bobby was with us all 4 nights. And my guy, Ivan Rangel in the house, El Paso, Texas, DC at Montwood High School. He's done a home clinic for us that's here on YouTube. I also traveled to El Paso And Coach Rangel did 3 videos in Spanish. Coach, he did his 3 in Spanish.
That's second level, man. That's league right there.
That's right. It's like you speak English, you speak football, and you speak Spanish, and you speak football in Spanish. Come on, that's tough to do. Coach Rangel did that for us and did an incredible job. Coach, I feel like we should probably just open up some film, start watching it,
Sure.
and because that's probably going to lead to one conversation after another, and we'll just fly through it.
Right.
All right. So let's test this out. Go ahead.
And disclaimer, guys, this is just film clips, okay? This isn't, PowerPoints and templates and all that other. This is just, let's get into the bare bones of it, and let's just watch the tape.
All right, I'm gonna share this with you, Coach. But I think when I share my screen, that everyone else won't be able to see you anymore.
That's okay. I'm not worth seeing, so it's fine.
Okay. So they can't see you anymore. Here we go.
Okay.
I am going to, real quick too, I'm just going to enlarge this on my screen a little bit so everybody can see it. There it is, a little bit bigger. Move this down behind everything so everybody can still see at least some of our screen. There we go. Okay. It's a crazy look right now, but they get it. They see some film.
Awesome.
Let me go back. Okay. Now we're at practice here.
Yeah, this is like the first day of spring ball, and right here we're playing drop 8. We're playing drop 8 palms. Okay, and then there's multiple clips on one clip, multiple videos.
Okay.
So running back from the start. We're playing mirrored concepts. Okay, we're playing 2 read and palms both sides. Okay, like I said, this is 2016, so this is going on 6 years ago. And so this is a really good shot at it. One of my favorite clips. This video right here of how we teach palms. Okay, and notice that.
I want to see that. Sorry, I'm trying to run that second clip back.
And we notice that we slide shuffle with, and there's all those pedal corner or slide shuffle corners, and so to start, we slide shuffle, we open to the cue, one vision on the ball, butt to the sideline. There's all different sorts of train of thoughts on that. But this is our day one, okay, of spring ball, of summer, of August, right? This is day one of spring ball. So,
and what's your nickel here? What's he being taught?
Yeah,
when you're in palms.
Yeah, so if you notice that both outside backers, right? Okay, outside backers, they're gonna play. They're ball to 2. Okay, so they're getting run pass, right? Okay, and then when I see 2 out. Now I'm going to vision, I'm going to square up. Notice the square up of both outside backers underneath.
I like that.
Right? So I'm the match 1 underneath player. Okay? And that's the deal. Is I'm trying to work through 2. So if 2 is vertical, I'm going to work through 2 to 1. But since 2's out, notice it's mirrored concept, right? It's dig wheel both sides.
Yeah.
This is day 1. So it's vanilla defense, vanilla offense, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what.
And then what's the mic? Is the mic same thing? He's looking like what, for 2 in and then squares up?
Yeah, exactly. It's a push. So at post snap, right? Post snap, we're gonna get the mic and the wheel to be the hash droppers, right? We can get more into that. If you want to talk landmarks, okay, we don't really talk landmarks. We talk match quarters, okay, how we match routes. But landmark wise, let's call it the hash, right?
Yeah. Okay. Let me go back now, and I'm gonna go to number 2 here.
Yeah. All right. So
real quick, I want to check in with our guys in the chat. Brian Donahue has checked in out of Southern Indiana, and Alexandre Ribeiro out of Brazil. Welcome, guys. Anybody? Oh, Jason Eddings in the house out of Southern Cal. Anybody else in the house? Make sure you check in. Let us know where you're watching from. Watching a little game film, kind of a summary of all that we went over this week. You guys, you can't see Ty Gower right now because I shared my screen and, anyway, long story, but he's here. He's talking us through it. He can see it, so feel free to ask him any questions. Here we are, clip 2, Coach.
All right, so here we are, we're playing press quarters, okay? So we're not playing palms, 2 read anymore, we're playing press quarters, okay? So you notice that both corners are playing press on 1, okay? And as we, as we teach, we are playing out and vertical with the safeties. Okay, now notice the D and D, they are, deep, right? It was a penalty that holding.
Yeah.
It's like 2nd and 20, right? You notice the D and D. So the safeties are deep, but notice the D and D, right? In a perfect world, we want them about 9 to 10 yards. Okay, talking about the safeties. Okay, so like I said, we're 2 out and 2 vertical with them. We're playing press, which again relates to cover 0 and cover 1 for our corners, right? And notice, our kid gets a pick here, but notice how we're not sloughing this off, right? How we're not sloughing it off at the corner. Okay, it's no help underneath with the, by the corner on the corner route. Okay, you notice that to the boundary. So it's a really good job right here to safety undercut it. And again,
Coach,
playing,
if number 2 goes in, what does the safety do? Just look to help on 1?
Well, we're going to pass it. Let's say it's true shallow. We're going to pass it. And he's going to, and there's 2 trains of thought. Do you go back and rob one, or do you go and play like a fox, right? Do you want a fox to where you're thinking you get shallow and I'm going to dig from across the field, right? We've taught both. We do both. But, people are getting really, really good at running wide cross, where it's under 1 and over 2. So the safety's got to really make sure it's shallow versus cross.
That's true.
So obviously cross would be vertical. So anyway.
Okay, so if he does, is there, so by the way, in fact, I was, when I was with Michael LaRossi out of New Mexico, at Cleveland High School in New Mexico, so they had a good rule. It was like, once he's under 2 linebackers, it could be considered no longer vertical, right?
Sure,
so under
right.
1 linebacker, he could still be vertical, right? Because there's your Y cross.
Right. It's the USOM, right? Understand over Mike. That if it's over Mike, obviously, it's vertical, right? And then we came with a term called USOM, right? And the kids like USOM. Well, if it's under Sam and under Mike, let it go. And so that was kind of our Berger's terminology on that. So go to the next clip.
Okay. Hold on a second. I want to check in. Will Broussard in the house. How do you teach your cornerbacks to recognize number 2 to the flat? Is it yardage?
Yeah. So no, it's not. Good question. It's not. It's based off the intentions of the cue. That's why we see ball to 2. We don't just 2 read it. We don't say, okay, my vision is on to the end. Okay. It's we slough off like we don't teach like hard palms or trap palms, right? Okay, so that's why we see Q to 2 and what are the intentions of the ball tell me in palms, right? Okay, so if you go to the 3rd clip, Nate, okay, so again, 2016, all right, we're in a drop 8 concept right here, and so what we're doing here is we're playing. It's not press quarters. Notice our corners off.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, it's still out and up with the safety, right? And it's a great way. They were kind of running a little bit of triple option, right? They're running some, RPO and kind of reading the DN. The pitch guy was the bubble guy, right? And so this is a great way to alleviate the conflict out of nickel and change up, who your quote pitch player is, right?
So this is technically still quarters because that safety will play 2 out, 2 vertical.
Correct. And so. With the previous clip, right? Okay, same idea. We're just not pressed here, but it's the same concept with the safety to the field, right? Okay, so 2 bubbles. Hey, I'm driving. 2 vertical. I got it, right? And again, I didn't get the end zone copy here, but we're also taking the nickel out of conflict too because. Well, like I said, we're trying to play 3 over 2, and we're using the free safeties as the plus fitter, okay, or not the plus, as the real fitter, okay. We'll talk about that later. All right, so play 4. All right, 1 more press. All right, now here we go. Again, we're playing mirrored concept. All right, so we're playing mirrored, quarters. Right now to the field. You notice that kid played off. He played man on demand or man on deep, depending on who you talk to. Right. Okay, notice the safety drive 2 out, right? Talking about to the field, okay? Notice that when 2's out, it doesn't matter what his landmark is, 3 yards, 5 yards, 7, whatever. Once 2 is vertical and 2 is out, I've got him as the safety, okay? To the boundary, you're gonna get the same deal. Notice the kid to the boundary, the corner, he played press. He played man everywhere he goes, okay? So pause it, go back. Just pause it right quick at the start, okay? We're giving our kids, our corners, options. So the kid in the field, okay, he's going to pass it shallow. So if you get shallow by 1, he's going to pass it and slough off underneath the corner, okay? But if it demands my attention, right, in this case it's a post, right, post go, now obviously the corner's going to be only 2 play man on 1, right? The safety's going to play 2 out, 2 vertical. To the boundary, same idea. But now this kid decided to play press. So we give options to our corners to play both scenarios and both techniques. It just doesn't change our outside backers and our safeties and even our Mike and Will, okay? So this is a drop 8 concept. Obviously, notice we're rushing 3, dropping 8. So, you know, and like I said, if you'll pause it right there, you'll notice, okay, to the field on the 25-ish yard line, to the boundary, you'll notice the safety has number 2 out, right? So they ran mirrored concept as well on offense, okay? So
yeah.
So that's how that would play out.
Okay, yeah, okay. I see that.
If you go to the next
clip. Real quick, Coach, let me ask, when is a situation that playing quarters, it helps you or you like it better than playing 2 read? Like, help me understand when I would want one versus the other. Is it just mix them in so that they're getting different looks?
Yeah, it's a mix and match deal. You know, it's first down you may play press, second down you may play pump. Like I said, you know, like I said last night, a lot of those offensive guys, they're not running the speed cut anymore. You know, they're running the sail where he's going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and roll it over to like 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and there's that gray area we talked about last night. So if you don't know what we're talking about, go back to last night's clinic. And so, you know, as you go back and you study some college guys, okay, and I like doing that, press quarters is coming, you know, it's been in, but it's kind of becoming the big idea of how to play 2 shell. You know, it's that middle field open, middle field closed argument debate that will always be a debate. But people are playing this because it's easy. You can attach the outside backers to the box a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Anyway, that's my thought on this. So if you go to
I like that.
Clip,
all right, play 5.
Yep. All right. So here's our solo clip. Okay. So notice now it's trips. We talked about this last night. I got on the board. So here's solo. So again, the trips, right, or the 1 and 2, we're playing a quarters type idea, and I talked about that, how we can play different scenarios of how we play 1 and 2 with our corner, nickel, and our strong. Okay. Now notice that it's trips plus, meaning the back is to the plus side, to the trips, right? Okay, so it's a quad idea. Now, we're playing solo. So again, 3 is vertical. The free safety is going to take 3 vertical, right? So right now, and I admit, hey, the mic is in conflict, right? Okay, we know this. Okay, so if they run 3 on the stick, which they kind of do, okay, we tell the mic to 2 pop his feet because he knows it's in conflict. Notice how the Mike does a great job, just number 8 right there, 2 pop.
Right.
He knows he's the static or he's the conflict player, right? And they run 1 back powers RPO stick, right? Okay, well, our RPO player, yes, he's in conflict, but he knows he's in conflict by his body position just because he's really, really smart, okay? Part 2, here's a really, really hard thing about people who just want to pull the guard, okay? So notice, they tried all day to scoop well, we're actually playing a gapped out 3 here, okay? And the 3 technique, he's going to chase it down, right? So we're not really in a 4-eye anymore, if you notice. And so people were we're going to pull the guard. Well, if you can cut him off all night with tackling, you win. But notice, our Will 36 is going to spill the pull, and then 7, our Jack from the boundary, he's going to box the pull. So we're good on the run game, right? We don't need the mic to be over with the pull, right? Because he's boxed out back over strong sock. Okay, so if you go to one more time, the press box shot. Right.
So earlier?
Yeah, right there. So again, great job by the mic, by number 8 right there, knowing he's a conflict player, and 9 playing that solo safety. Okay, so there's.
So that mic, when the back is to his side, you call it a 2 pop. What'd you call it again when the back was away from him?
Trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now go to stay on this same clip. Yep. All right, so here we go. Here's a practice clip. All right, so now it's tray, right? Same idea. It's a tray. It's still 3 by 1, right? So now I talked about this. We're playing buzz. Okay, so we're playing buzz with the outside linebacker, right? So now obviously, it's all stick or all hitches or whatever it is, right? So now it becomes a 3-2 push with the nickel and a 4-3 push with the mic, right? And so notice all 3, the nickel, mic, Will, are all pushing with the back because it's quads, right? Okay, you got the 1, 2, the tight end's 3, and the back's 4. So it's a flood idea, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's all a flood. It's all a push. They're all in the string of the nickel, Mike, and Will. Notice that the nickel, okay, he's going to take the back. The Mike's going to relate to number 2. The Will's going to relate to number 3. Okay. And now our jack does a really good job of eliminating the jack. The jack knows number 7 to the boundary. He knows he doesn't have a threat of 2 weeks, so he can expand. He can expand to number 1. Okay. And obviously, you see what he does in 7-on-7.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's another clip of this on the same. Okay, same idea. All right, now here we go. So if you pause it, right now, what we're going to do is we're going to play palms. Okay, so we're playing 2 read to 1 and 2 with the corner nickel strong, right?
Up here at the top.
Yeah. The free safety still has 3 vertical. Okay, it's still a push concept with the Mike and Will if we get the back out, but he stays in protection. We're going to get 6-man pro right here. Notice that we're going to meg the backside corner. Okay, weakness of this, yes, the corner is one-on-one by himself, no doubt. Okay, but that's where you can start incorporating and playing some meg on the back door, right? So you see how palms works out to the field with the corner nickel and strong. Notice the nickel. He sees 2's out and he squares up and underneath and matches 1 underneath.
Yep. That's nice.
Okay,
That's
so
nice.
I think there's maybe one.
Now I'm trying to figure out who got over to help on this. That linebacker got over.
Yeah.
That's your jack?
The jack. And here's kind of where we started playing. Now notice he's not playing like a deep safety, okay?
Yeah.
But notice what we're teaching the guy, okay, he doesn't have a threat of 2 weak. The back is strong, right? Okay, he's towards the trips. So what we began to figure out is we can play the jack and we can play bracket idea with the jack.
Yeah.
Notice he's backed off, he's 4x4, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So later in the year, we started figuring out, hey, why don't you back off to about 8 yards? And that's where it got really, really fun playing free safety.
Okay.
All right, so here's the last one on this. All right, so it's really, really good. People think that they can motion out the back and play, screen game, flare game at the back. Okay, here's press court. So a pressed on 1, the nickel overruns 2, so he sees the back out, right? So he becomes 4. So the nickel's going to overrun, and he's going to be another edge setter. So we got the edge set on the side off the corner, edge set on outside of 2 with the nickel. We're inside of 3 with the Mike. Okay, and the safety's obviously the unblocked guy. Because again, if you'll notice, the ball's on the 1-yard line, and my safety's at the 30. Okay, so we're 9 yards away from the ball. This is exactly what you want. Right, so I don't think I put the end zone copy on this. Yeah, I did. All right, so there's solo, right?
Okay.
All right, next clip. Okay, so talk about free safety. So here was where it evolved, okay? So again, it's trade, right? And we're playing quarters to 1 and 2. We're solo 3 with the free safety. Now you see where the jack, look to the boundary. You see where the jack started, okay, to the boundary.
Is this the jack? I'm trying to find the jack to the boundary. Is he way back here?
That's him. That's it, where your cursor is. That's him.
Okay.
So that's how we got to our free safety look. And notice, it's the same personnel. It's the same group. We did not nickel, dime, sub this, okay?
Right.
So this was one of our ways that we started figuring out later in the year of how we could, quote, under, over the number 1. And again, a great concept because the back is to the field, it's to the trip side. The jack doesn't have a threat of 2 weak, right? So it's a great time to play, that high look, right? That invert look from a high standpoint.
Right. Now I can see he's dropping down to play underneath it.
Correct.
But
Okay,
they don't know that from pre-snap.
That's right. Very, very easy way to do it. And notice, we're not bracketing. We're not playing 2 on, we're not playing vertical with 1, right?
Right.
It's under over. It's like 3 weak. Okay, with the jack in the corner. Now, the nickel, strong, corner, and free, they're all playing quarters solo concept. But the jack in the corner on the backside are playing like weak rotation 3.
Yep.
Okay. All right, next clip.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, real quick, want to check in on our guys in the chat. If you're just getting here, whether you or if you've been here all the time, feel free to shoot any questions and leave those in the chat. Appreciate you guys joining us. I mean, man, our time's flying. We'll probably be done in 10-15 minutes here. If you guys like what Coach Gower is up to, he does have 2 videos on our store. The link to that is below. Check those out anytime. Reach out to him on Twitter anytime at Coach Gower. All right, clip 7 was it, right?
All right, so here we go. So I talked about this last night. Here's our way to play special. All right, again, trips to the field. Okay, and here's where we bring a 4-man rush. Okay, a 4-man rush from the boundary. All right, so again, we're playing special or whatever your term is to trips. Right, the corners playing off on 1. Our nickel strong and our Mike are 3/2 on 2 and 3. Right, okay. We're bringing a 4-man pressure, a 4-man rush, from the boundary, okay, and still playing under/over with the corner and the free safety on the backside. If the X caught the ball this night, it was going to be a long night. Okay.
All right. So real quick, this here is your nickel way out here.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, and so he is playing that mini or special with the strong safety.
You're right.
On 2 and 3. Okay, okay. Sorry, I'm a lot slower than you. Then your free is back here with this 4-man pressure. And you said, what coverage are you getting here on the backside with the 4-man pressure?
In this clip, we're getting under/over. Well, let me back up. Yeah, we're playing under/over. Yes, in this clip we are.
I see it. Okay.
But there's different ways you can play that X. In this scenario, like I said, it's under/over. Under with the free and over with the corner, obviously. Okay, so if you go to the net, like say on the same one, okay. So here's the tight copy of it, right? So again, notice our Mike and Will, they're bossed. Okay, we're bringing the 4-man weak, right? And we got what we wanted, a back on our jack, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're only bringing 4, and they kept 6 in pass pro. Hey, that's a win for us, obviously. Yeah. Okay. Go to the next slide. Okay, same concept, same idea. Okay, now here's what's interesting about this. Okay, is now we've run it. People have seen what we're doing. We're still playing mini, special, whatever you want to call it, to the field, right? So here's a good way of seeing it. That 2's vertical, the nickel's got him. 3's vertical, the free safety's got him. Okay, so we're going to push with the Mike and the Will. Okay, now to the to the X side, again, we're bringing 4-man pressure. Now notice that we've run this a lot, and they slid to us, right? Mm-hmm. So they slid all the way, and again, it's 4-man pressure. And to me, this is good for us because we got the sack, okay, but they kept 6 in protection, okay, and didn't shoot the back. And that back right there was a Division I, freshman of the year in the American Conference. Okay, and so this is state championship game 2016. And again, you notice the field we're playing under/over, right? Because that receiver to the field, to the number 1, he is a Division I guy too. Okay. Right. So there's a reason that these people are playing state championship game.
Right.
But there's kind of looking. We're out of 4-eye, 0-4-eye. You see the front we're in, and notice how we cross the Mike and the Will. Okay. Next clip.
Wow.
All right, now. Here was a night where we had to true bracket. What that means is we're playing 3-on-1. We're playing corner, jack, and free on this number 1 receiver. So we're drop A concept too. I showed you how we brought a 4th from the boundary, right? We brought the jack, but now we're playing what we call true bracket. So the corner is Meg on 1. Okay, Meg everywhere he goes. The free safety is the same thing. The jack is the same thing. So you're like, Coach, you need 3 guys for this guy. Yes, well, he's a state champion in 6'8", in Oklahoma 6'8", and 100, 200. So the answer was yes. We had to put 3 guys on him.
Right.
Okay. Still saying that, still the same concept to the field with the mini special look. Okay. I
like that, man. I like that.
And then the next slide.
Next slide.
Yeah. It's okay. Hit the play button. I don't know why I did that.
Oh, okay, it's there.
Same opponent, so now they're on the 7, 8-ish yard line. Same idea, right? Somebody else has to beat us, okay? It's kind of the yes/no. They want to throw it to the boundary, obviously. But we've got the corner, jack, and free over there to play number 1. Okay, so somebody else to the field's got to beat us, right? Okay, then I did not talk about this last night. Go to the next slide.
Next slide.
Yep, next slide. Okay, now here's what we call our walk call. Okay, notice that we're still playing the same concept to the field, the trips, but now notice our jack walk to play like a corner. Okay, notice our corner backed off, and that's our free safe. That's our corner right there.
Oh, okay.
Our jack is what we call walk. So we're going to walk him out to play like a trap corner, or actually, we were doing a different thing this night. But our C-gap player is going to be our free safety, our invert safety down weak. Okay, and you'll notice this. So if we play the clip right here, I'll show you.
Okay.
So that's how that would look. Again, we brought four. So again, offenses are scouting us and they're keeping 6 in protection. That's great. So that means there's only 4 guys in the route and we're drop 8. So I've got, I've got 8 guys for their 4, right? So that's right. An argument for drop 8. Okay. Next clip, or I'm sorry, next slide. Excuse me.
Next slide.
I want to make sure that we, I want you guys to get some out of this. All right, now here's and so all those 3x1s, guys, you can see those on the Chief Pigskin store, and obviously here's now where we're bringing a 4-man rush. Okay, and I talked about playing too high the other night, so it's great against 20, great against 2 back. Okay, so here's where we're bringing our Sam or our nickel, right? Instead of spinning it down, playing cover 3. Okay, notice how we're gonna what we call cut. We're gonna cut the mic. See, the mic becomes like the nickel. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So we're getting to quote 4 down, but we're playing technique with our 4 high, 0, 4 high. Okay. We're not slanting an angle. Can we? Yes, absolutely. But from a base standpoint, we're playing base D line, but bring in the 4th. Okay. With our nickel star right here. Okay. And again, cutting the mic to become 3 over 2. All right. So if you go to the end zone or tied end zone copy of that, I think I got that on there. And yeah, guys, we might run a little over tonight, but I want to make sure you guys, if you got questions, comments, better ways to do things, man, get at me. Would love to, love to learn. I ain't got all the answers, so I got a lot more questions than I do answers.
Now your safety's coming down hard. Is he playing C-gap or is your jack playing C-gap?
So okay, the jack is the primary C-gap player, but notice that they're going to create another gap with that sniffer. So now it becomes D-gap as the safety, right? And that was another argument for why we did not want to play cover 3. Because you play cover 3 and you spin down the safety, now you're losing the safety, obviously, MOF, middle of the field, right? Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So go to the next, hang on, there's another clip of this. Yeah. So, all right, here's one coming up. Here's one coming up to doubles. Yeah, all right. So here we go. It's good on, in the red zone. So here we are again. Okay, we brought the Sam, right? Brought the Sam to 2x2, and we cut the mic out. Notice the mic is cutting, and he's going to cut 2. Okay. Now here's where this 4-man rush can turn into a 5-man pressure. Okay. Yes. Let me say that again. A 4-man rush can turn into a 5-man pressure using what we call flush principles. You want to learn more about that? Check out the store. Okay. So it's that was a way that we learned how to, instead of just bringing, calling the 5-man blitz and 303 deep NCAA, pressure. This was our way to bring a 4th from the field, but figure out a way to add on a 5th rusher, okay, a 5th pressure guy, right? And right here becomes our will linebacker. Again, you want to know more about that, we can talk, but let's talk about that, right? So next slide.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the best. So now it's the opposite. So now it's to the boundary, right? Now here we go, and you can't really see this. Excuse the film. Okay. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. Okay. You can spin cover 3, like we can. Okay. So you're playing 4 under 3 deep. So we're bringing our jack from the boundary. Okay. And spinning cover 3 weak, and you can do that 4 under 3 deep. Or you can play, what people call 40 coverage, where you're playing quarters to the field and 0 out the boundary, right? So if you think about it, it's just like you're playing press quarters. So if 2's out, safety's got 2 vertical, safety's got it, right? So it marries into your press quarters idea. Right here, again, I'm sorry for the film, we're playing 4 under 3 deep. We're playing cover 3 idea.
I see it.
Okay, so again, this I showed you one way where you can cut the mic and play 3 over 2 quarters. Now this is the way where you can keep the wheel attached to the box and play cover 3. All right, next clip. Now here's a 5-man pressure. I talked about every day we want to bring a non-box count DB in the blitz game. Okay, this one's where we bring a safety, all right? It's the practice film. Okay, so here's where we're bringing safety. Okay, so we're bringing our jack and our free safety. One of the reasons we do that is because we want to take the mic out of conflict, right? We're going to push the mic and push the wheel. Okay, and notice here we're playing cover 3, right? So we're bringing fire zone weak. So 3 down linemen slant strong to the field. The jack is the edge C gap player in this scenario, and the free safety is going to be the B gap player. Okay, and we get what we want obviously with the practice, in this practice film, right? One more clip. Yeah, last one. All right. Now here's where we bring crash. Okay, our corner blitz. There's also a tie copy on this too. And notice now here we're playing that mini special look, the 3 and 2. Okay, and I drew this last night. One of the reasons we love it, and we actually BTF this, but blitz formation, where we were checking the formation of blitz. I did not call a crash from the sideline. I called crash on Sunday game plan and told our kids on Monday, hey, listen, if we get trips, BTF, blitz formation becomes crash. Okay? And so that told all of our kids what coverage, what front, what blitz, what we're doing if we get 2x2 or if we get 3x1. Right? BTF, blitz formation, like I said, we talk more about that. Okay.
I like that.
But here's where putting crash in on day one is, like I said, crash is a day one blitz for us, where we want to bring a non-box count guy in the pressure. Okay. Notice our free safety is going to be hot to 1. I think there's a tight clip if you let it run.
Okay.
Now here's the cool part about this. The blitz pattern for the D line is the same one as I showed you previously in practice, where we're bringing the free safety and the jack. Right. So the blitz pattern doesn't change. Just talk about same as, right? So we tell our kids, hey, this is the same as fill in the blank. So that was our way to alleviate the conflict out of the mic, okay? Versus 3x1 right here.
Wow.
So that's the 15 clips I wanted you guys to see tonight.
Man, that's exciting to watch. I'm gonna go stop the share so I can get back to my other screen so everybody can see you. And let me see here. I just gotta zoom. Yeah, I don't know what I did. There it is. That took me a minute. Man, Coach. So it's a lot. It is a lot. But now, and the first time I saw your videos, my head was spinning. And now I'm second time through it all. And now I'm starting to catch up with your verbiage. And now it's making sense. It's making sense. And I'm seeing how, okay, I can get this guy free. I can get this guy free. I can help here. I can help here. You're right. It's giving you have a lot of options, right? You don't get stuck, because this happened to us this year. Got stuck in a game without the right answer by trying to be a little too simple, likely, right? And it hurt us. Now, we won the game in overtime, but hey, we were in some trouble, right? So, man, Coach, I just had a blast talking ball with you this week. There's a ton here. Let's see. Yep. Brian Donahue says he had fun watching film tonight. Coach, what are your closing thoughts to wrap up the week?
Yeah, and I didn't show you any news clips there. And so here's what I want you to understand about those clips I showed you. That's day 1 and day 2 install. Okay. So everything that you just saw is on our first 2 days. Okay. Obviously I didn't get into any third down. Like I said, third down we put in on our favorite third down show. Say we put it on day 2. In day 3 we review everything. Day 4, day 5 we'll install. Day 6 we'll review. So with that, and like I said, I never want to go into a game before halftime or after and say I wish I had more bullets.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. Been lucky to be on staffs and be on programs that we've given up 0, and also had those nights where nothing worked. But
sure.
I think that when you have those nothing work nights, right? So we all have. Those are the nights where you got to go. At the time, what all do we have in the arsenal? Okay, I think that's important now. Now, come Saturday and Sunday, okay, we got to fix it. We've all been there, offensively, defensively. We've all been there. You know, we've all been in the 7-7 games. We've all been in the 49-49 games, right? So I think it's important that you implement, that you install, that you teach as much same as possible. Okay, so maybe we'll do this again. Maybe talk day 4 and 5 install one day, but that's kind of my idea. I see Donahue. When you have a tight end or a Y off to your 4-eye, do they move to a 5 tech? Can we? Yes. As a base, no. We're going to play a 4-eye, 0-4-eye, or 4-eye shade, 4-eye. I want to take away bubbles, right? I know there's a Cinco call out there where you play a 5, and hey, we've done it. We've played a under and over. We've done all that stuff, okay? But like I said, for the first, Nate, for the first 3 days, first 4 days, I want us playing odd front.
Yeah.
And I don't mean 5 shade, 4-eye. I mean 4 eyes, both of them. Now the 0 or shades, different, obviously. But
well, Ivan Rangel says he's on board with you. Couldn't agree more. Need tools in the toolbox. Coach, I had a blast with this, man. All of you guys, thank you so much for joining us, whether you joined us once or 4 times. Be sure to leave us a thumbs up, whether you're watching it live or you watch this in 3 months. And as always, Coach did do a 2-video series, 2 one-hour videos, and you can find links to those below. Coach, man, thank you for your time. What a great week.
Man, honored to be with you. Nate is a ball coach, man. He's traveled here, there, and everywhere in between. So check him out, man. Chief Pigskin, lots of great content, great coaches from, gosh, guys, there's 3-4, 4-3, wing tee, flex bone, air raid. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff where you're fancy, game planning ideas, all sorts of stuff on his website, man. Get at him. Nate's awesome. Can't thank you enough, man.
Appreciate it, dude. All right, man. Hey, have a great weekend, Coach Gower. We'll stay in touch.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much, everybody, for watching again. If you want to see more from Coach Gower, look him up on Twitter, @Coach Gower. And he's always willing to talk ball. He and Cody Gardner out of Utah, if you're familiar with Cody Gardner on Twitter, they will, from time to time, make sure you follow them, because from time to time, they'll just throw a Zoom link out saying, hey, Cody and I are talking ball tonight. Join if you want. So follow those guys, man. They're just dudes that love talking ball, right? And then I've met several of you guys that are here in the chat, and I know that you're right there on the same page with them. All right, guys, I'm looking forward to a great weekend. Hope that you guys have one too. Like, subscribe, all that. We'll see you soon.